Hello and welcome to the Gadget Man 369 channel. Today we're going to make and install the skins, at least on the bottom half of that rocket. It all depends on how much time we got. But anyway, without further ado, let's get on with it. Okay, let's see. Get out a sheet of paper, just one. It's always trying to do something here. Hopefully you guys can see this. Let's see if I'm got this aligned. Got it aligned. All right. Get the drawing out. There's the drawing. These are the dimensions that we're going to use. And something funky happened when I did I had to redo this video over again and found the bulkheads were, the outside diameter of the bulkhead was too small. Huh, ain't that something? So I changed the outside diameter of the bulkheads to 0.765, and that should fit perfectly in the skin of the rocket. I got that one. Okay, that's not necessary. That's the one right there, 0.765. All right, anyway, enough of that. Today, what we're going to do we got to make a modification, but we can't change the bulkheads. We already made them all and glued them all in. So this, we have to change that, 4.710 to 4.605. Okay, that'll make the body tube a little bit smaller to fit those correctly. So again, 4.605. So gotta come back over here. I got a sheet of this paper. Make sure the grain on your paper is going this way. Okay, 4.605. Okay, tighten that up. You can see that, like right there. Okay, so what I gotta do, gotta measure. Maybe it's a good thing the phone failed. I'm doing this over again because now I can demonstrate this more correctly. You already have the drawings. The only thing you're going to do is change the bulkhead outside diameter. And we fought so much with the inside diameter hole. That's correct. That's spot on. Okay. Now we need to go a 1/4 inch bigger. And that is the overlap. Okay, this measurement has to be, it's real important to have this one correct. Okay, let's see. I want to make this right. 4.605 plus a 1/4 inch. Okay, 855. Okay. The next measurement, this one here, it's got to be a 1/4 inch more. It's not going to be 4.960. It's going to be 4.855 just on this model. Okay, don't change your drawing. Okay, so that was my mistake. These things are always hard to design, and I'm trying to make them so you can just make a drawing and you could rebuild the rocket over and over going by accurate drawings. And this model is being made as we're going. There it is. It's 4.855. Okay, so we kind of know how to do that. Get that to the edge of the paper, don't bend the paper, and then make sure it's square, and then push down on that side. Boy, that sure don't look right. Oh my God, let's just try this. Let's see, 4.605 plus 0.25. Yeah, okay. Maybe I got that one wrong. 4, 6, 0, 5. Huh. Yeah, I don't have no idea what happened to that. Something moved. That's why it's always good to double check stuff. Let's see if my caliper is still in. Okay, yeah, it's good. 4, 6, 0, 5. Something must have moved. Okay, here we go again. Okay. I have no idea what happened. Something moved and I didn't see it. Okay, there. Don't you love rework? We just love rework. Okay. 4, 8. Let's just, while we're here, 8, 5, 5. 8, 5, 5. Okay, you can see that dial maybe. Okay. This will give us our 1/4 of an inch. That looks more like it. Sometimes if you see something and it don't quite look right, double check it. There we are. Put that away. And do our little pencil on that dot trick. These measurements have to be accurate. I cannot stress the point. And then, being I had the pencil at this angle, that's the way I'm going to draw it on there. If you change the angle, it'll just mess it up. Okay, same thing here. That's a 1/4. Okay. Okay. Did you see that? It moved. God. When you're in a hurry, every time I'm in a hurry, bad things always go wrong. Everything goes wrong when you're in a hurry. Okay, hold down on that dumb ruler. Okay, there we go. All right, now 9 inches. Okay, make sure the ruler is square. 9 inches. Okay, and then I'm gonna make the next measurement 9 1/4. We got 2 measurements on here. Square the ruler, looking with one eye right over that. Move my head over slightly. That way you can get the most accurate. There. Like that. Okay. Okay, we're going to cut this one out. Okay, important, keep that blade going down the center of your pencil line or you're not going to have a straight cut. And the reason why I don't ruler it is because if something's off a little bit, it isn't going to come out right. Okay, we're just cutting this out, cut that one out. Okay. I'm going to cut that one out. Okay, and then we got this. Okay, and we end up with this. Okay, now this here, you're going to fold it back this way. Okay, like that. Not forward. Okay. Oh boy, I need something to okay. Okay, now we're going to take the glue, we're going to go like this. We're going to laminate that. See how I'm doing this here. Make sure you got glue all the way across there. I'm going to just quickly give that a fold. Got to clean your glue off. I'm going to turn it over. That'll make it a little bit better. Make sure it's straight. Stay straight. Just like that. Okay. That's one. Got to make another one. Okay. I sure hope I'm getting all this in there. Okay, let's see. Okay, there's 9 1/4. 9 1/4. Be as accurate as you can. You're not on trying to beat a camera, the battery's going dead and all this stuff. So you take your time and then do it right. Don't go any faster than it takes to do it right. Now I gotta use this calipers. Don't want to ever use a ruler on this because it's not accurate enough. 4.855 was one of the measurements on there. Okay, so it's already set to that, so I'm gonna mark it. Just like this. Make sure it's square. Push down on this side. Just like that. Okay, 605. I got 6. Oh. 5. Okay. You can see that again, 605. 4.605. This isn't the easiest model in the world to make. You'll learn how to make a small one before we get into the bigger one. The bigger one is more complicated. There's some other aspects to that that's going to be harder to build. Then there's other aspects of the bigger model that's easier to build. Like that nose cone. The bigger that is, the easier it is to get your hands in there. Like that. I'm going to go like that. Ugh. Okay. Gonna cut that out. Careful with this. Stay accurate. Right down the center of your pencil line. Okay. Let's I like to go that way. Okay. Okay, throw that over there. Take that little tick off of there. And we're gonna fold that over like this. Hopefully I can keep this all in the view. Okay, scrap paper for extra glue. Boy. Just like that. And spread the glue. I'm gonna come over here. Okay. Wipe that gluer off. How about if I turn that air conditioner off? Okay, we got that all turned over like that. All right, now here's what we're gonna do. Where is, remember this guy right here, this wood dowel. Okay, see this edge we just laminated, okay? We're gonna roll it up. Be careful. This is the part that shows, so keep it nice. This is just to get it started. Okay, before we do that, I almost forgot. Be real accurate about this. Okay? Okay. I'm going to make a mark here. It's a lineup mark. Hopefully I got that right. It's kind of weird when you flip the ruler over. It's like, maybe that's not a good idea. Okay. This is going to just help. Okay. Help get this thing rolling. Like that. Okay, that's good enough. Where's the other one? Okay, same thing here. Gonna make a measurement. I'm going to just do it where I can see it. You already know what to do. This is the side with that line on there and the opposite side of that laminate there. Okay, that's the side we're going to mark that on. Okay, 4.5. That's halfway. Okay, 4.5. Line that up. I'm not lining the edge of the ruler. I'm aligning that mark there, providing that you could see it. Okay, now I got the marks lined up. Now, let's give this a roll. Get that out of the way. Okay. 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 Now we'll take some handy dandy tape here, or that little technique with the folding it over. That way you get something to grab a hold of, and then do one when you're putting it away. Okay, what we're gonna do, only on the very ends. Now what I'm doing is, I don't know if I could describe this. I'm gonna close one eye and I'm gonna rotate this so I can see the edge of the paper lining up to the edge of the stick. And I want it the same all the way across from one end to the other. So we know that that is straight. Okay, about 1/4 inch. Okay, do the one-eyed lining up thing one more time. Okay, now I'm gonna tape this end down. Okay, just like that. Whew. Okay. It's always tricky to get this started. Okay. Gonna put just a little bit of glue on there, okay? Do not get any glue past that edge right here. If you do, it might stick to that wood dowel, okay? And then I'm gonna bring this up here. Oh boy, this is gonna be hard to do on it with trying to keep it in the camera. I'll line those marks up there, okay? And the tricky part about this okay, I'm gonna hold that down. It's important to keep the edge of that paper on the center of the pencil line, not on one side or the other of it. If you don't see the pencil line anymore, you went too far. If you see all the pencil line, you didn't go far enough. Okay, you probably can't see that on the camera, but it came out Perfect. Okay, where's that gluer? Every time I'm looking for the gluer, I end up losing it. So I have to like make another one because I don't have the time to look for it. It's quicker just to make another gluer. Okay, just something quick because I'm running out of time. Okay. Something to wipe my fingers on. Always got to keep the glue. Man, you don't want to get or mess anything up on the outside of the skin now. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Put a little glue on this, like that. Take your gluer, the good edge, and what you're going to do is you're going to grab some glue. God, is that camera even working? Let's see. Good. Just had to check that. Okay. So, okay, got a nice bead on there. See the way that looks? What you're going to do is slide that in under here, just at the edge. Slide back, give it a little tug, and back the other way, and then pull it off of there like that. Do not let any glue get up in there, you know? It's just like barely up under the lip, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm looking over here right now, half the line, okay? Back and forth. There'll be a little bit of crud coming off your hands on that. Okay, that's a pretty good joint. I'm not pressing awfully hard. I'm just doing this to keep it down, and when the glue sets, now I could draw another bead on that. Is that good enough? Almost too much, but like that. And do the same thing. Here, pull it back that way a little bit. You could feel it kind of pushing back into what was already glued. Okay, don't let any glue go too far in there. Okay, half that line, got half the line there, so you just press down on it. Okay, and once it starts sticking, then you can go back and forth. But don't do that so hard as to deform it. If you deform this tube, oh boy, you don't want to end up with a hunk of junk. Okay. Okay, here we go again. Put some more glue on here. You put too much glue on here, it'll dry up and then you'll waste glue. You'll get the hang of that. A little bit more. Yeah, like that, see? Same thing. Just repetition. Pull it back that way. You could feel a little bit of what you just glued, unglue. Wipe the gluer off. Hold that down. Right now I'm looking at that line. Okay, I see that's half a line, so carefully press that down. Okay, it's setting. A little patience. Okay. Whew. Okay, here's the tricky part. Okay, because we're getting close to that tape. We're not going to glue over the tape. So you put a little bit of that on there on the tip of that and into this, kind of like before, but come up kind of close to where the tape is, but not up to the tape. Okay. Rub it. Make sure you got half of that line showing. Okay. Okay, now what you're gonna do is, now we're gonna go down the other side. Leave the tape on there. We're gonna glue the tips last. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get more glue on the gluer. And we're gonna do the same thing here. Right about there, push it back, kinda like do 1 inch at a time. Clean the gluer off right away. Okay. Half a line showing. Yeah, it feels like you have to have 3 hands when you do that. One hand is holding the stick and the other one is just doing the rest. Okay, more glue on here. Get the idea. All right, same thing. Half the line. Doesn't take long for this white glue to set. And yeah, there's some dirt coming off my hands on there. Don't worry, that's not going to show when the rocket's finished. Okay. If you think that glue that's on there is drying too much on your on this thing down here. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, here, back a little bit, forward. Wonder if I can get away, if there's enough glue on there to get almost all the way down. Okay, half a line. Okay, press it down. Sometimes you get a little kink, but that'll be burnished out of it. Okay, there's a little glue on the end of that, just like before, almost up to the tape, but not quite. Kind of go back where I was. Half of the pencil line showing. Okay. Whew. Okay. Not too shabby. Now I'm on the go back to the other side and pull that tape carefully, pull it off. Okay, and then you get this. And then you take your gluer and get a little bit of glue like that on the corner. And now we're going to glue that remaining 1/4 of an inch. Okay, you could take a little bit beyond. There it is. Just like that. Okay, make sure it's not sticking to the wood. Okay, come over here. Remove that tape carefully. Okay, again, a little bit of glue under that last 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, that tape needs to be on there so it'll hold it in place while you're doing all this. Like I said, it feels like you need 3 hands. See that? Okay, that's good. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now, set this one aside and let's make the other one. Whew. Okay. I think I can reuse that. Make sure your laminated, this laminated side is going to be rolled on the inside. Very important. Okay, like that. Okay. And the tape. Let's see, can I get away with using the same tape? Same routine. Eyeball that and make that, get that on there at about 1/4 of an inch on the edge. Get that on there. Close one eye and look down that edge and square all that up. Pinch that right there. Don't let it move, hopefully not. And do the same on this side with the tape. See, I'm just getting that tape a little bit on that edge, up to about 1/4 of an inch. Good, I got away with doing that. Okay, now I'm gonna put a little glue here. Whew, a little bit too much. Don't want that to go under there on the stick. Okay, and we got those lineup marks. Boy, that makes life a lot easier. Just line those up. Okay, square it as much as you can, left to right side, and make sure those little alignments are perfect. And half of that pencil line is there. Okay, keep your fingers moving back and forth. It makes it easier to keep your fingers from sticking to the paper. If you just hold it there and the glue dries, you might end up gluing your finger to the paper. Okay, that's a good start. Okay. Put some glue here on this. Gluer. Just like that. And just like before. So. Okay. Wipe that off. See, I'm just thinking out loud. So you know what the heck I'm doing here. Half a line. This one will go a little faster. I won't have to explain so much what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, a little bit more here. Okay, like that. Carefully lay that down. You want, again, can't stress so much. Half of that line showing. Do this on both the tubes and they'll match perfectly when we put them together. Okay. Okay, there's this. And don't bring it all the way to the edge because you want that last quarter of an inch. We'll do that last so we don't glue the tape to the paper. You don't want that. Or did I just now do that? Okay. A little, okay, no, it just kind of got hung up on there a little bit. Okay, next side. More glue. Okay, just like this. Back and then forward. And then tilt this up. You don't want to have that flat and go in there. Then what'll happen is you'll end up gluing the piece to the stick. Okay. Let's see. You get pretty good at it. You could put that right here where there's no glue. Right in the center of that pencil line. And then you use your thumb to work the other way down. There's a little kink right there, and that's easy to get rid of. You'll see that in the next step. Okay, it's kind of warm in here. It's probably about 90. Okay, like that. Back a little bit and then forward. Can I get away with that? Yeah, I can get up to that quarter-inch mark. Okay, this will get me the rest of the way there. I'm gonna push it down back here. Center of the pencil line, and then burnish that down. Ta-da! I don't know how many seconds that is. What is that, 15 seconds? That'll give enough time for the glue to set really good so you can let go of it. Now carefully pull that tape off of there and put some glue on the tip of that gluer and do that quarter of an inch. Right there, baby. Probably keep moving this out of the... Yep, there are donuts again. Now let's see. Pull this one off. Gotta be careful. Okay. I need a little bit more glue. Okay, you don't need a lot, just enough to get the job done. Get some of that on the tip, and we will put that underneath there. Come on, get under there. Here we are. Right on. Okay. Okay. Now we got two of these little boogers. Okay, you take the first one you made, clean the gluer off. Let me clean this off first. Clean the glue bottle tip. Okay, put the X-Acto blade knife away so you won't impale yourself. Okay, with the joint facing up first, we're going to take a burnishing block. This is like a 7/8 diameter piece of dowel, and that works a little bit better than that block does. Now, like before, don't be coming back. See how that could just catch right there and crumple it up. Now, at the same time, see my thumb back here? Rotate. You could rotate this as you're going. Like that. Put that down. Rotate your thumb. Try and start from a little farther back than the halfway point, and just rotate that as you're burnishing it. You'll notice the paper getting a little bit shiny. Okay, that does that. Also, it helps round the tube off. You want your body tube to be as round as possible. We shove those bulkheads in there. It should round out pretty darn good. And just keep going up and down the length of that dowel. Okay, trying keeping it straight, little at a time. Uh-oh, there goes the light. Battery in that went dead. So we're gonna have to live with that. Yep, I tried the first recording with my phone and I did the whole thing and it failed. I didn't know it, but the phone shut off after 5 minutes. It's like, oh boy, I guess the phone is no good to use for YouTube videos. You need longer than 5 minutes at a time. Okay, I hope I didn't just get glue on my pants. Like this. Oh good, it came back on. Good, that would be nice if it just keeps coming on. I wonder if it'll stay on if I plug it in. The last time I tried that, it didn't work. Got a psychedelic show going here with the lights. Okay, there's that one. Okay, that kind of rounded it. But like I said, the final rounding will be a lot better after. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, there's that stupid thing. Yeah, these lights are kind of crappy. They just don't stay lit when they go dead, and then you try and plug it in and it just flashes. Us poories can't afford expensive high-end lamps and things like that. But you think that they give you a bigger battery. Should have a battery that lasts for at least 4 hours. Because you never know what might go wrong when you're filming this stuff. And you don't have hours to charge the battery to do it over again. I think the batteries are up in the camera. They'll get me through this, at least. It might come out okay. Okay, same old thing, rotate it. Okay, start at the joint. And when you do yours, you can sit here and play with this a lot longer and make it round as possible, because this is the key part to making the skin look really good. You can see that it polishes out that paper a little bit. Ooh, this is tedious. Okay, here we go. Now we got 2. 1, 2. And yeah, it's blazing hot in here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, I know it's on the drawing, but I can just like eyeball this part of it. Okay, piece like that. Okay. This don't have to look pretty because it's hidden inside there. Okay, I need a 1/2 inch wide and a 1/4 inch mark. Gotta have some music in there. It's like, okay, this will be alignment mark. Like that, and this will be the mark that we use to cut it. Okay, just like that, fold it, get rid of that. Boy, I hope this is coming out in the camera. Let me raise that just a little bit. Okay, where's that sandpaper? Yep, everything disappears right when you need to use it. You've seen this trick before. This will just make it quicker. Okay, cut that off of there. That's right. Let's see, if I do this, this will curl it more. Make it, there we go, the old ribbon curling technique thing. All right, now, you have an end that has that little laminated thing in there. Okay, you don't want to do this end, okay? The end without it, that's where you're gonna put the glue. Put a light amount of glue around in there. Like that. Then you're gonna just give it a one-time little smear, scrap paper to wipe your finger off on. Okay, kind of curl that up, and we're gonna get this in there started. Okay, I don't know if you could see that, but I'm gluing this with that line, that alignment line. Okay, like that. Good. All right. And that's what we got. Give it a few seconds to dry. You know what? You're going to take this right there and bend that like that. Get a little glue on there. Let's see, gosh. Come on, get on there. And then press it down. That way when you push the bulkheads in, it won't be like tearing that out of there or getting caught up in it. Okay, so now you got that coupler in there. Okay, you don't cut all the way down there, just a little bit. You just snip it. Should have did this in the first place. Trying to save time and you're in a hurry, it wastes time. You could do better on yours. I'm in a hurry, I'm gonna fight against batteries. Okay, now I'm gonna be able to bend those in pretty good. Okay, see how that goes? That might cause a problem putting the bulkheads in there, but worry about that later. Okay, that should just slide on there then. Like that. Good. Okay, and the seam to seam to keep it looking good. And it falls off because we have no glue on it. Okay, now here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put glue around here. Okay, you got to be a little fast doing this when it's extra hot out. If it's real humid out, then you can kind of take your time. Make sure you're not going to put that in the wrong end. Okay, that's the correct end. And kind of start those seams lined up pretty good. And now you got to try and get that back in there. Okay, now you rotate it back and forth right there. Okay. Now, you have a very small amount of time to make this straight. Okay, you could use that 90-90 technique. Okay, then wipe all the excess glue off of that. All right, now we're gonna put this stick in there. This is where it'd been a good idea to have a longer dowel. And then kind of same as the routine. This will help straighten it out. And if this thing is crooked, well, so that's the way it's going to be right now. It's a little tricky to make sure. That's why you do a practice run. If you made those body skin, the body tube skins correct, then they should just butt perfectly together and be perfectly straight. Okay? All right. Now I'm gonna just look down there. Okay. Needs to go this way a little bit. Okay. While the glue is still damp. Boy, I wish that stick was longer. I recommend the 3-foot length of that. Oh, there we go. Okay, she's straightened out perfectly. Yeah, you could do a lot of, still can do a lot when the glue is soft. Okay. There we are. There's that segment. Okay. Now, don't forget to put the aluminum foil back in there. Okay? So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kind of get this started. I'm gonna wrap that around there. Okay, we're not gonna leave it that small. Open this up a little bit. It's a blast shield. So when the fire comes out those little side holes, try and do this where when you put this back on, it's slightly smaller than the diameter of those bulkheads. Okay. Okay. Just like that. Okay, you gotta pick a side, doesn't matter, but whatever looks the best, you think at the top where you're gonna join the parachute section. As you can see, I'm just, okay, rotate that, rotate it. They go in a little bit hard, past that laminated paper, like that. Then you can pull back on it, like that, and it'll hold it up against that. Okay? All right. Now, all we got to do is weld up both ends of it, and we're done for today. Okay. I'm going to, where's that bulkhead? Find the bulkhead, and then hold on just to keep it from moving while we're putting glue in there. Okay, I'm going to weld this. You probably ain't going to see what I'm doing, but I can't help it. Can't get a camera in there. No camera I have anyway. Rotating it and making the nicest looking glue weld. Okay, there's that end. See how that looks? Did that little welding technique. And this end, gonna do the same thing. Any gaps or anything like that in there, just fill them. Or you could, when this dries, you can go back over it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that where nobody could see it. Good for this. Okay, so there's what you got in there. Like that. Okay. That's a little out of round. That's because of that thick part. What am I doing? That right there, it kind of wants to be out of shape right there. It's bending too much because we built that over that stick. But you could flatten it out like that. That way it'll keep this round. See that? There we are. Ah, we're getting there. We have a rocket body. All right, and there you have it. That'll make a long enough video for today. Next time we're gonna finish off that the skin on that nose section, and then the fun begins. We have a rocket nozzle to make, and then the fins to make, and the nose cone to make. And you're gonna find out what yeah, frustration really is. Maybe you guys are more coordinated than me. You'll be able to do that. That looks pretty darn good. All right. Yeah. All right, there you go. That's today's little build, continuing on our rocket. I hope you enjoyed this video. Smash that like button and subscribe if you don't want to miss the next episode. This is Gadget Man 369 over and out.